Italy! Yeah! Wow, you're very smart. Give yourself a round of applause. Okay, we're going to learn it better. If I said community, community, we go. Community, community. Community, community. We change. Community, community. Community, community. Okay, now we start again. Community, community. Community, community. Community, community. Okay, without further ado, today we're going to learn about fashion. And how you dress. And how you walk. And how you feel good, because that is what is all about, fashion. But this fashion we're going to talk about is what we call la sape. Class, la sape. La sape. La sape. 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 If, sape. Sape. La sape.
La sape. La sape.
Isabella? Where's Isabella? Who is Isabella? Oh, not Isabella. Gabriela, I meant. Who's Gabriela? Yes. La sape. La sape. Class, la sape.
La sape.
Okay. So, we're going to watch a little movie, a little film. Thereafter, you will be able to watch the rest of the film. They are very short, by yourself.
Et à mon âge, j'ai 78 ans et la sape, je vieillis pas, je suis toujours jeune.
After years of civil war, peace has returned to Brazzaville. And with it, a group of extraordinary men, the Sappers, the Society of Elegant Persons of the Congo. They have a simple philosophy: to defy circumstance and live with joie de vivre.
Moi, je suis de la lignée des sapeurs. Notamment mon père d'abord, ensuite mes frères et moi-même, et même mes fils aussi, voire même mes petits-fils le seront.
C'est comme ça la vie d'une star. On ne doit pas mettre la même tenue à chaque fois. On ne doit pas avoir la même coiffe tous les jours. Il faut changer. Quand un sapeur est habillé, à travers nous, celui qui avait un souci, il peut oublier.
Oh, le vieux. La sape, c'est une chose que j'ai commencé à faire avant que je sois même policier. Ce don de créativité, je l'ai, c'est parce que je consulte beaucoup les bouquins et je suis souvent les documentaires. Celui-ci, du kilt, je m'étais inspiré au prince Charles.
Être sapeur n'est pas question d'argent. Nous nous empruntons des vêtements, comme on le dit toujours. Ce n'est pas la valeur de l'habit qui compte, mais c'est la valeur de l'homme qui le met.
Je suis artiste peintre. Hormis d'être sapeur, même si j'ai pas les sous dans la poche, il suffit que je sois en costume, cravaté, franchement, Ça me met très à l'aise. Un sapeur doit savoir respecter les gens. Et un sapeur, c'est une personne polie, pas vulgaire. Bonjour les amis.
Je ne vois pas qu'une personne qui est bien habillée, qui est dans cette histoire de la SAP, puisse se permettre encore d'aller pratiquer la violence, les bagarres, toutes ces choses-là. Ça ne tient pas avec la SAP.
Donc la paix aide beaucoup pour notre SAP, effectivement. Et regardez, dernièrement, quand il y a eu la guerre, on a tous abandonné la SAP, on est partis.
Donc là-dedans, c'est là où j'avais enterré toutes mes nippes. Donc des costumes, des paires de chaussures et tout, des chemises, des cravates. Mais à la fin, quand nous sommes revenus de la guerre, j'ai essayé de récupérer, de voir ce qu'il y avait là-dedans. En tout cas, ce n'était que de la poussière et maintenant de la terre parce que il y avait la chaleur et puis les articles au contact de la terre, vraiment, ça n'avait plus d'effet. C'est comme un cimetière, hein, comme si vraiment il y avait quelqu'un que j'avais enterré là.
Private groups regularly get together to celebrate the SAP and enjoy some friendly competition.
C'est quand même gênant quand deux hommes portent les mêmes costumes, c'est gênant, ça devient comme une équipe de football.
On parle de plusieurs choses en dehors des vêtements.
Bonjour les playboys.
Telles que la vie de famille, ramener une personne qui est dans la société à la raison.
Quand il y a la paix, il y a la SAP. Et quand il y a la paix, il y a la vie.
These extraordinary men remind us that in life, you can always choose who you are.
Did you notice in this video, this movie? Yes.
The men like to be well dressed because it's like a way of life for the owners.
Oh, great. What else? A way of life. So, well dressed because it is a way of life. Very important.
Socializing.
Socializing. How are they socializing?
They are talking about men's family and the possible life.
They were talking about their family, their love. Yes.
They will come to celebrate the La Salle.
Ah, they were coming to celebrate La Salle. Which are the sciences do you know? Do you know the sciences that finish by ology? Do you know ology? Do you know biology?
Yes.
What? You know biology?
I do. Yeah.
Psychology?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Sociology?
Yes. No.
You don't know sociology? Yes.
My brother studies anthropology.
Your brother one person. Your brother studies anthropology. So there's anthropology, there is sociology, there is archaeology. What else? Which other word finishes with ology? Yes. Yes. Biology. No, geography. Geology, yes. Psychology.
And then psychology.
Sapology. Very good. Allez, let's clap for her. Sapology. Let's go. How did I teach you? Okay. Sapology. So there is a science, and it should be the last science, the last bone of all the sciences. It's called sapology. So if we were to define the sapology as if said it is a way of life, the way you dress, and you feel good when you dress well. as I'm standing here, I feel good because I am well dressed. And when I walk, did you notice how these people were walking?
Yes.
Who can show me how some of these people were walking? Yes, let's come here and show us. Okay, who else? Yes.
Street walking.
Come show me. Fast, fast, fast. Yes. Show us how they were walking. Yeah. Yes. Like they were dancing. Yes. Yeah. So, thank you very much. So what they were doing there, they were feeling good, and you could notice their houses are not as such for rich people. Were they?
No, they were for like the
Only one
unfortunate.
Yeah, they were like slums, like in Alexandria. But these people, they find a way to claim their identity through the struggle they go through. So they don't think about the struggle, they don't think about the poverty, they don't think about the wars. I'm sure you heard the word war several times, didn't you?
Yes.
And for them to wear those clothes, it symbolizes peace. And one of the gentlemen said during wartime he had to bury all his clothes in the ground like a grave. And when they walk, there's dust, but they don't want the dust to touch their shoes. You could see that every time that there was dust, what they do? They clean. Yes?
So you see, my dad lives in Congo.
Yeah.
And so he once called us over from here, and he was like so angry, and we asked him why, and he said because over there the dust was like everywhere, and he got his car red, like his car was like filled with red dust.
Yes, because in Congo there's a lot of sand, there's a lot of soil, and this is one of the reasons for which they always have to brush their clothes. So, when we say la sap, it is a sap culture in the Congo. But how many Congos are there? Let me check your geography. Two. Yes. How many Congos? Two. How many Korea? Two. So you have countries such as Congo, they are twins.
You have North Korea and South Korea.
You have North Korea and South Korea, and you have Congo Brazzaville and Congo Kinshasa. Okay, thank you. So there are two Congos, but both Congos, they claim that they are those who created la SAP. So Congo Kinshasa says, it's me who did la SAP first. Congo Brazzaville also on his side say, no, it's not you, it's me. I started la SAP. So we don't actually know who started la SAP. But from history, who knows what is history? Yes, what is history? Oh, okay, in history we learn things from the past, yes?
It's events.
events that are recorded and that are... Yes, what did you want to say? Ah, she said what you wanted to say. So, now, when we go... Okay. Sorry. So, when we learn in history, what we learn in history is that la SAP, which is an abbreviation. Do you know what is an abbreviation? Yes. It's a shorter term. So an abbreviation is a shortened term that says something. So S stands for society. A stands for ambianceur. P stands for people. And E stands for elegance. So, ça is the society of ambianceurs, which we could translate in English by entertainers, and people of elegance. Who can repeat what I've just said now?
Society of entertainers and people of elegance.
Exactly. So society of entertainer and people with elegance. So you could see that all these people were very elegant. So that is what we call la SAP. Now, from its historical origin, we would go back into colonization. You know colonization?
Yes.
Yes. What is colonization? Let's change. What is colonization? You know colonization? Yes.
It's when a country takes another country
Ah.
as their own.
Very good. Is that what you want to say? You can say it differently. So colonization is when a country takes another country under its control. I'm going to repeat what she said, to paraphrase. So there were many countries, and mainly in Africa, in South America, and in Asia, that were colonized by other countries.
Like Britain, Spain.
Great Britain, Spain, France. So they colonized African countries. And when they colonized the African countries, the servants, the maids, those who were working for their masters, they wanted to look elegant. They wanted to look in the same way like their masters. So they copied their masters. And they were wearing the same clothes, suit, tie, even gloves. You see? What? You see? What is this?
It's a glove.
It's a glove. And they were wearing the glove. Even if it's hot, they were wearing those gloves because they wanted to imitate their masters. So now, in terms of the history, whether it is Congo-Kinshasa or Congo-Brazzaville, those people, they imitated their masters. And in Congo-Kinshasa, one of the persons that we could say is who started in 1800 how to wear like his masters was Paul Panda Fonana. Paul Panda Fonana, who's from Congo-Kinshasa, was wearing exactly like his master. When you look at him, and he was very bright, he was very intelligent. This is another aspect that you will see that a sapper must be very intelligent. He must be very smart because you need to match those colors. Did I match my colors?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes. You
No, I
did.
didn't.
And then how about the tie? You have You have a navy blue suit and then a red tie, red socks, and a red beret.
And a red
And
beret.
then with the shirt under, it also is kind of like a lightish blue, so it goes with the navy blue.
And a red pen.
And a red, wow, you've got an eye for, a red, where did you see the white pen?
White pen.
Red pen.
Red pen, where is it? In my pocket. Normally I was supposed to have, you saw those people, they had some handkerchiefs here.
Orange rose.
Yes. Now, so Paul Pandafonana was one of the first black Africans, sorry, you follow? In Latin we say Magister Dixit. There's only one master in the class until I tell you to speak, okay? So, Paul Pandafonana, to my opinion, for me, Mr. Boissa is the very first Congolese sapper. And one of the things for which they were wearing those clothes, it was to proclaim their independence, their way of life, and saying, these masters are oppressing us, let us copy them and wear clothes like them. And Paul Panda had to travel overseas, but unfortunately he had to die when he returned into the Congo. But there's a term in English, there's an English term that is the synonym of sapper. What is that English term? Maybe Mom is going to help us. No?
Do you remember what a synonym is?
Yeah. It's a word that is the same or similar.
It starts with a D.
Design.
Designer are the people that we're going to talk about the designer afterwards. It starts with a D and they walk like this. No? Yes? No? No? Okay, I'm giving you the second letter. A.
A.
Yeah. D, A. N. No? We will talk about dances later on. So, D, A, N, D. Da. Very close. You have dandyism. Have you ever heard about that?
No.
So the dandy, so we say SAP, Society of Ambianceurs, and people with elegance, but the English term is the dandies. The dandies. Okay? So it is a way of life. So, we had colonization, and then after colonization, the movement of wearing clothes nicely died. It faded. And nobody was taking or paying attention to wearing clothes any longer. Until the end of colonizations, when African people started claiming their independences. Who knows when the African countries started taking their independences? No idea. In the 1960s. So in 60s, the people of Africa, they took their independence. So, and when did South Africa took its independence?
1990 something, I can't remember.
1992?
1994.
1994. Very well. I'll clap them for it. So, when this comes, you're going now. Okay.
How far are you?
I can show them the last little movie for 3 minutes?
Okay.
C'est la société des ambianceurs et des personnes élégantes.
Quand on réfléchit à ce qu'est la rumba congolaise, si on n'est pas congolais soi-même, si on n'a pas écouté de la rumba congolaise ou du soukous dans sa jeunesse, on ne comprend pas nécessairement à quel point c'est central dans l'histoire des musiques mondiales. C'est vraiment un des plus grands événements musicaux du XXe siècle. Des esclaves africains partent aux Amériques, en l'occurrence à Cuba. À Cuba, ils ne sont pas dans un territoire vierge avec uniquement des Amérindiens. Il y a déjà des colons européens, principalement espagnols. Et à Cuba, tout début du XVIIe siècle, apparaît une musique qui est le son cubano, qui est peut-être le premier genre des musiques créoles qui soit identifié. Cette musique est diffusée en 78 tours. Et c'est là qu'intervient la mondialisation. Ce sont des crewmen qui, les premiers, apportent à l'embouchure du fleuve Congo des 78 tours cubains. Cette musique latine, américaine, en espagnol, avec une rythmique très prononcée qui arrive, va immédiatement séduire, et d'autant plus facilement séduire que c'est une musique qui a des racines africaines. Et là, on va avoir un musicien qui s'appelle Wendo Colossoy, qui va enregistrer le premier tube de la rumba congolaise, qui est Marie-Louise. La rumba congolaise est jouée par des orchestres congolais depuis déjà plusieurs années, mais en 1947, c'est le choc du premier disque enregistré à Léopoldville par des Congolais, pour les Congolais, et la naissance, j'allais dire, officielle de la rumba congolaise. C'est une chanson qui est écrite, enregistrée à Bruxelles pendant ce round de négociations. C'est vraiment tout ce qu'on peut faire d'idéal avec une chanson et un peuple. Quelque chose qui a une fonction d'hymne, quelque chose qui a une fonction d'air à danser, et quelque chose dont on se souvient aujourd'hui, 60 ans plus tard, avec une immense émotion. Et ça, les guitares congolaises, les guitares du soukous, c'est une influence, c'est une révolution mondiale. Les guitares du soukous, ces guitares très aiguës, elles jouent en même temps le solo et la rythmique. Le son est tellement étrange, tellement barré, tellement séduisant. La SAP, c'est cette idée qu'on est habillé extrêmement élégamment, mais qu'on n'est pas habillé n'importe comment. Il y a toute une espèce de grammaire des codes, des pantalons à pinces, si possible 2 pinces, un peu trop courts, parce que s'ils sont un peu trop courts, on peut voir les chaussettes Burlington. Quand on achète un costume, quand on achète une veste, il ne faut surtout pas découdre la marque qui est sur la manche gauche, il faut la laisser absolument. Certains tiennent même à laisser pendre les étiquettes avec le prix des vêtements.
Ça je vais le mettre.
C'est cher ça?
Ah oui, je peux pas dire le prix, sinon ça va faire mal.
On est dans une exubérance vestimentaire qui prend exactement le contre-pied du régime de Mobutu, ces vêtements un petit peu austères, cette exigence de porter des costumes africains. Donc il y a aussi un contenu politique, et la bande-son de tout ça, c'est Zaiko Langa Langa, c'est Viva la Musica, c'est Papa Wemba. Il y a une espèce d'ostentation dans la folie de la mode qui, à la fin, va finir par donner Sapé comme jamais de Maître Gims, qui est évidemment une référence à cette culture des sapeurs des années 80, qui est la culture de son père, au même âge, quand son père travaillait avec Papa Wemba.
You're going to go straight to get your lunch and it's break, okay? Quietly, actual seats, please. Let's go, Come, Bill, let's go.
Thank you.
Popularized in the 1920s by societies in Shanghai. This is these are the tag shirts. This is a
Les vêtements
tag shirt.
et comment les vêtements sont modélés, comment sont confectionnés et comment porter, à quelle occasion porter ces différents vêtements. Donc, et ici, ce sont les vêtements d'un ancien élève de Sacré-Cœur qui est venu les exposer. Là-bas, vous avez vêtements qui sont normalement portés lors des occasions, des célébrations, des fêtes de mariage pour certaines cultures. Ici, c'est la culture Tsonga, qui est exposé. Donc ce sont les vêtements que porte la mariée. Ici ce sont des vêtements de la Chine et celle-là tu peux la prendre parce que mon élève sans moment.
Before that period, black dresses had more or less entirely been for mourning, but they were popularized for everyday use during the 1930s, the Great Depression. Round this side.
So over here we have the rave clothing of the 1990s. This was from kind of a party culture that was present in South Africa, and it was characterized by like lots of fur, lots of glitter, as you can see on that dress, bright colors, and the shoes, as you can see, they were very high and ridiculous. But it was made so all the clothes were intended so that you could dance easily in them, but also catch on the lights within the clubs or wherever you were dancing.
This is another dress for the back. This is another hippie dress like the one we saw on the back. Okay, so here we have. Okay, so here we have a replica of a 1907 vintage dress that was designed over to this ancient dress that is called the Dalfos. We'll talk about that in a second. This dress was made by some very, very good French designers, and they designed the pleats of it in this format, which is a pleating by hand format in which every 5 centimeters you start a new row. So with 140 centimeters of fabric, you would have 4,200 stitches to create that design. It's called Delphos because it's designed after a dress seen on a statue of the Greek prophetess Delphi, whose prophecies were always ignored, and they were always terrible, so bad things happened.
And then here, this is from a similar time period. So these are church hats that ladies would wear. So, guys, please listen.
Hey.
So in that time period, there were very specific rules as to what you could or couldn't wear, especially in sophisticated society. So these hats were an important part of that. And as you can see in pictures, they were very common for women to wear. And then over here, we have some more children's clothing. So similar to the Holy Communion clothing that is on the back, these are from like Muslim tradition, and this is actually from Mecca, which is where Muslim people go for pilgrimage. And so Duapmal is a Kepele baby naming ceremony during which the imam or the priest blesses and names the baby. So these are outfits that would have been worn during that ceremony.
It's water! Right, okay, these dresses are from Native America, or Native American dresses, specifically of the Wayuu tribe, culture, whatever. This, unlike most of society, is a matriarchal tribe as opposed to a patriarchal tribe, which is to say that, for the most part, power is passed down through the female line as opposed to through the male line. One of the reasons for this is because they take their weaving extraordinarily seriously, and it is the women who learn how to weave. They learn how to weave in their first menstrual cycle.
Yeah, so then all the different cultural aspects kind of revolve around weaving, and that's why it's a matriarchal society. And then lastly, over here we have traditional English art. So it's held as a form of expression, and it's like passed down. The heritage is passed down to many generations. So this traditional outfit is worn for celebrations and special events, and you can see that it like has some animal print and many different bright colors and patches, and it's highly prized not only by Zulu men but by all African men. And they further wear like dazzling and detailed skin and leather earrings, which can be seen up here. And so yeah, those are all the outfits that we're showing today. So then we have the Kenyan basket, and this is woven from grass, similarly to the hat, like this one. And there are similar beautiful lined baskets made in Uganda, but they're made all over Africa. Okay, so now that we're done with the tour, we're going to give you guys some paper, and then you can draw your favorite item or your favorite garment that you've seen here. Okay?
Where are we going to put the ring? Let's see. Let's try and find it.
Where did you get the glue?
Would you like to try roll it yourself?
Let me get the glue.
Your left ear or right? Ah, just like me. Oh, amazing.
Don't look in the back there. You just focus there. Okay?
And your mouth closed.
Okay. You may open your eyes if you did not close them.
You look so great. Slay. Material girl. Slay. That looks like a cigar. He's very great. You look
Silence and observe.
Keep quiet.
Shh. Observe, keep quiet. You have a few moments. It is very important that you observe. You keep quiet. This is a science that you're going to learn today. And if you are not careful, you're going to miss the point.
Great success. Stop it now.
Good morning, class.
Good morning, teacher Masa.
How do you know my name?
We discussed you a few years ago.
Oh, you did French with me a few years ago.
Yes.
And why did you stop?
Because it ended. Because it ended.
It's ended.
Yeah.
But don't worry, you'll be there next year and the year after, and you'll be learning French again.
Yeah.
Okay, why are you here? May I know why you are here? What are you doing here? One person at a time. Excuse me, if we don't behave, I'm a disciplinarian. If you've got big brothers and big sisters at their high school, ask them. I don't play around because I speak in Latin. You won't understand a thing of what I'm saying today. Yes, why are you here?
My parents forced me to come.
Wow! They're so great. Do you say what we say in Latin when parents force you to come here?
Abuse.
Let's change let me positive today. Excuse me, class. Let's be positive today. In Latin we say, quid bene amat bene castigat est. He who loves punishes well. You wait until I give you the floor. Magister dixit is in Latin. So, your parents love you. That's the reason for which they sent you to school, so that you learn. No hands. You don't raise your hand until I've given you the floor. Okay? Yes, I know you're a great thinker. But great thinking comes with the love of what you are doing. Hands down for now. Time for question will come. Patience is a virtue. So, who else wants to tell me why he's here? Not you, you've spoken. You'll be in Parliament tomorrow. You want to know new things. Okay, such as? Math, science, yes. Not English, yes. And you?
I'm here to learn new things and to get better and using my brain.
To get better. I love that. You want to get better. Yes. Who else? Young ladies? Why are you here? To reach your dreams. Fantastic. Do you know a guy, a gentleman who said, I have a dream? Martin Luther King. Oh, dreams are very important. And the importance and the relevance, please, you pay attention when I'm talking. We don't talk at the same time with Mr. Bossa. The importance and the relevance of dreams are something that we are going to discover today. Because the people that you are going to learn today, and because they had a dream that they will get out of their poverty, that they will get out of their slums, their shacks, and tomorrow be in Paris, be in Belgium, Brussels, New York, London, name them all these cities. So the dream of these people, that is what we're going to discover. When you entered, what did you notice from Mr. Boissa?
Your suit.
My suit? What has my suit done? You just noticed that?
Your suit makes you look like you're here for business and not here to play.
I love this. I love this. Yes. Please, in Zulu we say flonipa. Respect when another person is speaking. Flonipa. Yes?
Like a very sophisticated man.
Very sophisticated man. And what about that gentleman there? If I'm sophisticated.
He looks
Yes, sir, maybe come in front, maybe, and you walk. Now, how does this man look like?
rich.
He looks rich. Why is he rich?
He's
One person at a time? The shoes, huh? Yes, what else? His blazer. Wow. His the beard. Yeah, we're gonna discover that as well. Okay, what else? His top and his jacket. Okay, this is the reporter. Dems is a reporter.
Wow.
So, and a journalist at the same time. And he's going to cover, and he's also one of the people, the few people in Johannesburg who is a sapeur? He's an entrepreneur, yeah. Okay, so today, young ladies and gentlemen, we are going to discover something we call science, but not mathematics. You wait until I give you the floor. That's my last warning. Not mathematics, not Afrikaans, not English. Do you know those sciences that finish by ology? Give me a science that finish ology. Yes. Biology.
Geology.
Geology. Psychology.
Criminology.
Criminology.
Archaeology.
Archaeology.
Geometry.
Scientology.
Scientology.
Astrology.
Astrology.
Apology.
Could be. We're gonna learn the science of how to say I apologize. That is science. Yes, my dear.
Paleontology.
Paleontology.
What is paleontology?
You're quite intelligent. Wow. I don't know if I can remember how to study the stones, but woo, that's great. Okay, but the science we're going to learn today is swimology. Have you ever heard the science called swimology? So if you don't know how to swim, 4/4 of your life is gone. Now, but it is not swimology. The science we're going to learn today is called sapology. Let's go. Sapology. La sapology.
La sapology. What is that?
Attention. Sapology comes from the term la sape. La sape. So we're going to discover today a new science, and which is the last born of psychology, geology, paleontology, and all these ologies. So the last born of all sciences is called la sapology. Without further ado, I'm going to play for you a little film that will give you an indication of what is la sapology. You keep quiet so that you follow nicely. Because after that little film, I'll ask you a few questions. Sapology is the new science, the last born of all the sciences that you know. And the people who are members of that science are called sapeurs. Right. Class sapeur. Sapeur. But there are not only male sapeurs, even though in the movie they only showed us male sapeurs, so there are also female sapeurs, and we call them sapeuses. Sapeuses. Now, what they wear, the clothes when they're doing this, we call it la sape. So la sape. Class, la sape.
La sape.
But when we say la sape, it is an abbreviation of how many letters there? Sape. How many letters? 4 letters. So each letter corresponds to a word. So it is an abbreviation, and when we put together, it gives us a new acronym that we call LASAP. But what is LASAP? LASAP is a society of ambianceurs and people with elegance. Society, ambianceurs, people, elegance. So the people that classify themselves as sapeurs are people that are well dressed. Am I wearing the same clothes?
No.
No. And you see that a sapeur will spend times, days, hours, sometimes even weeks, trying to find which clothing is going to wear. But that clothing is not being called clothes. It is called la sape. And what did you notice about the colors? Yes. They were vibrant. What else? Yes. Bright. Colors. Yes, young man. What did you notice? Yes. They match. So they try to find how these colors are. Yes. They were different. Well, so la sape is the way and the attitude that you wear your clothes and you feel good. So the definition of la sape is all about how you feel. And you notice in Brazzaville what happened, there was a war. But for them to defeat that war, they needed to wear nicely so that they could have peace. And once you have peace, then you have life. Without peace, there is no life. And for you to have peace, you need to have la sape. And that sape comes from the science that we call sapology. Now, where does sapology comes from? I don't want to read, because I want to make it lively. The notes there, I'll give them to you later on. I'll give to your teacher, so that you can explore them and read them and understand more about which science? Sapology. Is that the first bone? The last bone of science. Great! Oh, you're a great listener there, very intelligent. So, there is always a debate. And the debate is around who came first with this idea of la sape. There are 4 countries in the world that have got the same name. Do you know those countries? Congo and another country that has got the same name? No. Do you know Korea? Yeah, there's Northern and Southern Korea. So, but we're not going to talk about Korea here. We're going to talk about 2 African countries. What are they? That have got the same name. They are the Congo. What are the capital? Who knows the capital of Congo?
Yes.
The capital. What is the capital of South Africa?
Cape Town.
Cape Town. Wow, right. Whoa. I'm sure. Pretoria. No, there's only one capital in a country.
Yes. Oh, the president gives it to.
So that the capital is Pretoria. Tshwane. Okay? Now, the two closest capital in the world, are Brazzaville and Kinshasa. It's not my duty. You will go and ask your teacher how many kilometers separates Kinshasa and Brazzaville from the two Congo. Congo Brazzaville and Congo Kinshasa. Now, both people from the same country, separated by a river, they claim that I am the first who started La SAP. Brazzaville said, no, I'm the first. Congo Kinshasa said, no, it's me. My people started La SAP first. But from history, what we know from both claims is the fact that where does La SAP come from? So, La SAP originated from colonization. And this colonization is the time where the people who were working for their masters, what did they do? They started imitating their masters, wearing the clothes like their masters, to actually challenge that they were able to be like their masters. They were wearing suits, redingotes, shoes, and they were walking like their masters. Not only walking like their masters, but they also attempted to speak like their masters. Oxfordian English. I came from Oxford. Don't you know? I speak Shakespearean English. So, La SAP is not only the way of wearing clothes, but it is a way of life. In fact, it's part of what we call the subculture of fashion. And these people, they say it's all about peace, but it is also a way for you to reflect on how you feel. Bien, aujourd'hui il était question d'un cours et d'une leçon qui est beaucoup plus un atelier qui a été donné à des élèves de l'école primaire. En fait, j'étais invité par les parents ou l'association des parents des élèves de l'école primaire du collège dans lequel j'enseigne, qui est Sacré-Cœur, Sacred Heart College, qui est, ma foi, une école réputée, une école qui a plein de, comment dire, qui a plein d'histoires pour ce pays, étant donné que cette école était parmi les pionnières à livrer bataille contre le régime oppresseur de l'apartheid. Et c'est cette école qui a sorti beaucoup de dirigeants de ce pays qui ont combattu l'apartheid. Les enfants de Mandela ont étudié ici, les enfants de Sissoulou et leurs petits-enfants. On a encore beaucoup d'autres enfants des militants anti-apartheid de l'époque des années 1976. Pour ainsi dire, c'est aussi l'école qui a réussi à protéger au temps fort de l'apartheid les premières Balala Moyenne, c'est-à-dire des personnes qui étaient des combattants de la liberté pour ce pays. Alors, ce dont il était question évidemment dans cet atelier, vous aurez pu le découvrir au niveau de la chapelle qui est transformée en musée et au niveau de la salle de gymnastique qui est transformée aussi en un atelier où les enfants apprennent à confectionner leurs sacs, apprennent à faire des dessins sur leurs sacs, sur des habits, à découper les habits. Ce dont il est question, c'est d'apprendre la culture de l'habillement, de la mode pas seulement pour les fêtes mais ordinaires, mais surtout une mode de gala. Et pour moi, j'ai été invité par les parents de l'école primaire afin que je puisse parler de cette culture que nous appelons la sapologie. Et la SAP qui est en fait une culture, une religion, un art, et on peut encore dire beaucoup de choses, une science, parce que savoir s'habiller n'est pas donné à tout le monde. Et cette SAP, dont les deux pays riverains les plus proches, c'est-à-dire la République démocratique du Congo et la République du Congo, Brazzaville, se disputent quant à savoir qui est le précurseur qui aurait commencé cela. Nous avons vu dans certains clips que, en fait, cette culture de la SAP provient normalement de la période de la colonisation où, disons que pendant cette période, nos ancêtres imitaient, leurs maîtres, c'est-à-dire les servants qui étaient chez leurs maîtres, les imitaient et essayaient de s'habiller comme eux. Et par la suite, dans les années 1960, c'était une revendication contre la colonisation. Et évidemment, dans les années 1976, ce fut maintenant une revendication politique pour contrecarrer les dictatures mobusiennes afin que ces jeunes gens-là qui allaient en Europe puissent se découvrir et se singulariser et obtenir leur identité, c'est-à-dire cette culture de la SAP que nous connaissons tous, et une culture qui est principalement une culture pour montrer qu'on sait s'habiller, on sait se parfumer et on sait bien vivre, parce que la SAP c'est la vie et c'est la paix.